15 seconds to go, and we off at it. I'm on this Tuesday night Zwift Racing League Team Track Triple T's. Man, my first one. I'm so excited to do this. I sped it up because it's a pretty long race, but man, was this race fun. And we're off. And as you can see, we take off. We're on the team. It was supposed to be 5 of us. It ended up being 4. It always pops up when I get back on the bike for the first time to show that I reached my week's goal for the week before. It was 3 hours of riding, which I ended up doing about 5 or 6. But as we come through this race, we get our first, I think we get our first power up here. It's just it's not really a power up. It's just like a little 10-point thing, I guess it is. I pretty much, I was kind of in the front for most of the race because it was a lot of flats. So for, with me riding, flats are my thing. So I just felt comfortable where I was. My heart rate wasn't high much. Pretty much it was a zone 2 ride for me. I loved it. I think my max heart rate, I want to say, was like 150 just for a minute or so, but my average heart rate was way lower than that. Yeah, my max heart rate was 153 at max. I think I did it on one of the hills, and my average pedal was 75. My average heart rate was 133, and my average output was 334 watts. So, my FPT is like 423. So it was more of like a nice, it was like a group ride. It felt like more like a group ride. But when I learned that, we had a pretty fast pace. So I'm learning that because if you saw last week, or I think I posted it last week, where a friend of me, friendly friend of me, that's why I posted it on. And BB was coaching us to ride. And I went back and looked at that race, and I want to say I did that race with BB 30 seconds faster than I would have done it on my own. I did it on my own, and I think I ended up 30 seconds behind what me and BB in the group did. But I felt like I was moving slower in that group. That's the funny thing about it. So what I'm learning is, even though I'm not putting as much wattage out, but when I'm riding in a group, I'm moving faster. So that draft where we're cutting the wind a lot more and somebody else is taking the lead. Now, I did another one of the stage 3s today, and I chose, I'm gonna tell you what it is. The longer the race, the more I want to be in a group. The shorter the race, anything 10 miles, 12 miles less, I can pretty much ride on my own. I'm to the point now where I maintain 400 watts, and it's like ho-hum to me now. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy this race. As you can see, you see me smiling like, oh, you see my ear, my beats are in my ear. They're my white beats. They pink. Hey, everybody celebrate and help sponsor if you can. If you can help out with any kind of donations, any kind of time you can give towards cancer. My wife is a cancer survivor 2 times, so I'm always gonna be for cancer. Her earbuds are pink, so I've enjoyed having the pink pink earbuds in. As we're coming through the race, you can see that we're riding really good. My heart rate is 136. At one point, I think we were doing a flat, and my heart rate got down to I think 125 somewhere in there. It really wasn't. And then, like I said, if the average is 133 somewhere in there, that lets you know that it really wasn't that far up there. Now, I came in second on this, but you'll see at the end. We were trying to cross as a team, so it really didn't matter on that. We were mostly a team, so that's the good thing about it. I think our times would have got even better if we could have had a couple of more people in here, because we were pulling, and it was just, what I tried to do was keep a certain pace, so I kept talking to everyone, because only this London flat is pretty quick. This is another one of them flat ones that got a little decline and incline. That's pretty fast for me, because it lets me build up speed afterwards. This is the kind of one like what we did to get race, the last one of the series, where I was just dominating this. This was part of that race, and it was just one of them things where I could just ride out. So I was on the earbuds a lot, talking about, hey, make sure I'm not running too fast. Hey, please give me comments if I'm going too slow. And everybody pretty much like, yeah, we would say, and if somebody fell behind, we would kind of slow down. The big thing was, if you notice, I'm in one spot the whole time. I'm not moving. When it disabled my brakes on my Zwift Play, it disabled my whole thing. Now I can still leave thumbs up or hit power if I would have had them, but I could not move steer left or right. I think I would have had to cut it off and cut it back on, but it disabled my brakes. It told me that when it got ready to start, it says disabling brakes, which I don't think why they should have bothered with it, because I hate to say it, but sometimes, especially with me, since I'm a heavier guy going down them declines, I can end up leaving my team a lot more than I want to, and all I can do is slow down the pedals. I don't stop pedaling pretty much for the most part. Every blue moon, I may kind of let it slip that I'm coming down a hill or something pretty fast ahead of my team, and I would slow down real slow. But it seems like if I just come to a stop and let myself coast, and when I go to pedal back up, it feels like I put a little stress on my knees, so I stopped doing that. All I do is just come down real slow. Man, it's down to like 5 pedals per minute. It's just a real slow pedal. So as we're riding, you can see we're coming through this race. I think we're a third through it, and I felt really good about it. I don't know what else to. It was just a team race. You know, you can see I'm in zone 2 for much the whole race was a zone 2 race for me, and it was just you see right here my heart rate down to 122, 123, and it was just a nice feeling race. I wasn't stressed out. I wasn't worried about somebody catching me or, oh man, is this thing gonna get any harder? Or once we did that first lap, and you knew what was coming around. I kind of just knew where we was going. Now, the funny thing is, the only time we actually had to pick it up anytime was when we went through the mountains. We went through the countryside, and which that wasn't even no big deal. It was just a nice countryside ride. It was a ride that ended up leaving us. I think we ended up getting, that's where we lost a little bit of time, because I think some of the team were a little older, so they were having a little, not difficulty, it was just, man, this is a long ride. I think this ride ended up being right at 19 miles, 19 and a half miles, somewhere in there. So, and you gotta remember, the intro to the ride is the thing. Now, I like the intros. Let me give you an idea why I like the intros, because it gives you a chance to acclimate yourself to the ride. You get kind of especially a long intro to the ride, gives me a chance to see what kind of competition I have. Because if I'm riding with a lot of people on a long intro, and as the intro goes till before we start the race, it starts to thin out, that gives me an idea where everybody's at. So it lets me know if I got to speed up a whole bunch, if I need to slow down a little bit, and I need to get on the race and just fly through it. It gives me an idea of where I'm at. So that's the reason I like that so much. And I tell you what, I like the thunderstorm. It was kind of cool, man. It's just, you get to riding and the rain coming down, and oh man. Now a lot of guys on here was telling me, one guy was telling me his goal was like 3,500 miles this year on Zwift, plus riding, I think he said riding home and plus Zwift. And he was good. He was talking about it. And I get a lot of information from the people we ride with. That's what I love about it too. Is when I'm riding, I get a lot of information. We're on the earbuds. I really, really like that part of Zwift. I don't see how you cannot. It's a real cool part. Now, we didn't pass nobody. Now, when I did the Triple T's last week, we ended up passing a couple people. On this one, we didn't pass nobody, but we didn't get passed. At the end, every time I looked down, I would see somebody who seemed like they was slower in front of us. I kind of wanted to speed up, but I remember this is a team event. So, as a team, you want to cross the line as a team. You want to ride as a team. So I just kept trying to just keep the pace at a certain spot, but not too high, so that we could just ride as a team. Because like I say, this was more, when my heart rate went up was the countryside, because we did a lot of climbing. So it was like, I had to set my gear, so I stayed climbing on that thing pretty tough. But outside of that, I just enjoyed the race. I just gotta be honest, I just enjoyed the race. I enjoyed where we was going, how we was moving, how the team was doing. It was a fun race. Now I got up this morning, I'm recording this the next morning. I got up this morning and I did the stage 3. And I'm gonna probably post these, because I'm out of town, so I'm not gonna get to ride again till Friday. I may try to ride one more time before I leave out the house. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock. I may try to do it 10 o'clock. I don't know, I plan to leave around 10, so I may not. they're only like 25 minutes long, so I can actually get in and then get out of here. This thing is, the big part about this race is that I enjoyed the camaraderie. That's the thing I like about it, because when I'm knowing the race, like I said, I did a stage 3, and you'll see on there, it was mostly just me, since there's no teammates really riding. It was just me, and it was just kind of, I just set my goal to keep myself at 400 throughout that race, just a constant of 400 rolling, and it was a pretty decent ride. So I'll let y'all see that later on. I may post it tomorrow. I'm not sure, 'cause I want to post this tonight, and then I'll post that one tomorrow. I'll see how I'm gonna do, but I'm already getting this one up and going, so I know this will probably be a tonight's race that it gets posted, and tomorrow will be the stage 3. But I'm looking forward to changing the way I do this. I'm thinking about what I'm really thinking about doing is dropping videos Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. That's when I want to drop my videos, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Take my time and really edit them down, put a couple of more things in there. I'm gonna talk more about my dieting, about what I'm doing, what I'm eating, because I'm getting a lot of input from my doctors. I'm getting a lot of input from, my health coach. I have a health coach now. They're all excited about what I'm doing. Everybody's telling me I'm doing great. My big thing is a lot of my stuff is hidden in my healthy eating, because I cook for myself. I'm actually gardening now, starting to garden now. I'm doing a lot of homestead things. I do a lot of my own canning, so I can have foods on the road with which I know what's in them, no preservatives, I know what's everything I'm eating. I'm going to be more in depth about losing weight, because I'm getting a lot of heavier riders lately starting to talk to me about this, and I know some of them want to know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what I'm doing to lose the weight, because anything somebody can lose as we get older is going to help us out. So that's my goal, is to do that. I originally was never going to do a biking channel or quarter-ton activity. It was just a thing that popped up. My wife was on me about, hey, go ahead and get started. I started it, and it's kind of become really fun. I started it because I was like, you know, I want to see how I do on racing. The only races I missed filming was my first 3, I think. Outside of that, I've filmed them all. I think this is race either number 100 or race 101. I'm not sure. I'll look it up later on the next one, and I'll let you know. I'm gonna post a nice in-depth thing probably next week about what I'm doing, because I'm getting close to a year on Zwift. October 26th will be 1 year. That's the first time I ever rode Zwift. And and it's gonna be a lot of fun on that video. I'm gonna talk about what I've learned over the year, how it changed me. We're getting close to the end of this race. You know, I'm gonna slow it down about 500 feet in, because that's kind of what I do, just to give me an idea of where we at. If you notice, I was getting excited about getting to the end of the race, and I didn't realize it, but I had put like 45 meters in between me and my team. If you look down at the bottom, it was all in blue, and I was like, oh my God, it's all in blue. So what I ended up doing was just kind of, you see my pedals and my wattage, I just kind of slowed down, and when I saw that they were catching up, I sped up. I didn't want to get left behind, but so we can kind of cross as a team, but I was really leaving everybody. Thank y'all for watching my videos. Thank y'all for being right on.